All right, guys. A little bit consolidated market analysis this week. I gotta get to the airport. Watch this trend line. We did break it. We recovered. Next time we break it, we will start trading underneath this, and we will probably, most likely, make it down to maybe even this target. Personally, overall, I think we're looking at a sharp drop relatively soon. I think it's going to be post OPEX. Here's a fractal. So Monday, looking for them still to save it into Tuesday and then a down week. I will be buying the low into OPEX week because OPEX week looks pretty darn bullish to me, and it's gonna be the last bullish week for a while. I estimate after going and kidnapping Maduro, and now we are doing regime change wherever the orders tell us to do so, that this weekend we will probably cook up something or try to cook up something in Iran. In my opinion, since we hit Venezuela here, which is an appetizer compared to the real deal. So Venezuela now will not, Venezuela will now get their Rothschild Bank, and then probably Iran here, and then you obviously only have North Korea left, which is a 3-letter agency proxies place, in my opinion. Anyways, so maybe a couple of more days here. I doubt that this market surprises us and takes out Friday's high. If it does, that is bullish. That would open the gate to all-time highs. I do think any pop here on Monday that doesn't get over this should warrant some caution, because again, then I have us chopping lower, and then the final ripper OPEX week, and then it's going to be down probably a good amount. I don't think under 640 on SPY, and then we're gonna chug up all the big midterm drop. The big fucker is gonna happen after May this year, just because June and July have been super strong the last few years. They're probably gonna do that sell in May and go away. That is the dip you want to go super long on. Should happen around June to July, and I think you go and fill this gap by then. Okay, some people might even argue to go fill this gap. Sure, why not? If you're not in any calls, fucking buy this. There you go, I've said it. I think we did great with our 5% challenge on Friday. Some people did 5% for a whole fucking month, and what's better than that? If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm talking about this. The rule is show up with whatever you want. Full port, not recommended. Allocated sum, more recommended. Try to use that same amount and compound 5% each day. That's what I'm gonna do next week. So next week, let's see. I think I will be back home on Wednesday. I'm leaving right now here in 5 minutes. But I'll be on IB session and end the day for Monday, Tuesday. Be home on Wednesday, and yeah, looking to buy the deep here Friday. The uglier the sell is next Friday, the more I will buy it for Monday, and I will probably go long a week out, low stress, easiest way to get 5% per day. And I'll be scalping though. I'll be scalping, trying to find my inner groove, daddy. Okay. As far as the Namo, and this is kind of what I'm basing all of this on. you had an ammo bounce. So maybe bounce a little bit Monday, Tuesday, and then come down. If you get an ugly sell, let's say Friday next week, and you can get down to, let's say, negative 60, because we already almost hit 40, that counts as a mid low, not a major low, but a mid low, and you can have an absolute ripper into OPEX. Because overall, there's probably, since we haven't fucking gone anywhere really since October, right? There's gonna be a lot of fucking puts, okay? And the pain trade is up into OPEX, in my opinion. So yeah, keeping it nice and easy here. There's still some calls showing up. As far as next week, let us look here real quick. This is SPY, right? Yes, it is. So Monday, 680. I saw 685s and 683s. I didn't take out of the monies, obviously, because I didn't think the VIX 1D warranted it, even though I did hit those 686s when they were 20. But I didn't hit them fat enough, so I had to kind of roll down. And who knows with this Venezuela thing if it pays. I don't think the market's going to tank too much on it. Personally, it's not a surprise in that sense. But you need your World Economic Forum new president installed, right? So, under whatever fucking excuse, doesn't even matter, right? Not to us cockroaches. So yeah, so that's kind of your wall for Monday. Tuesday, there's a possibility to go higher, but that kind of looks daunting unless you close over it. Then yeah, maybe. But this already tells me we're not going fucking higher than that next week. So pick your spots, get the fuck out, put your dreams of all-time high next week on ice. Wednesday, chance to go chop around. Thursday, maybe a little higher. Boom, where are we? Yeah, definitely not going up there, but you know, we'll see. And Friday, that's the biggest gigs. That would be crazy, or that probably range bound here. But I did want to say that next week, obviously, we start getting data again that can influence everything. They're publishing this on Monday, so this could be good. Give a pop. Okay. Tuesday, you have this could be the IB session move right there. Japanese data after hours. Wednesday, you get European inflation, and you get jolts, right? So we'll have to check the GEX and the nodes. Right now, it looks like that is Wednesday. Maybe you come down pre-market. We will have to see, right? I would think that because they publish it, it's going to be good. And then the big thing when you know, you're wondering, well, what the fuck, what's going to dump us, you know, in February? Well, they're not talking about it yet, but the government shutdown. Remember, they just kicked the can down the road. Okay, so that's coming, obviously, because the system will get this data. The system will protect itself. Friday, this could be that catalyst that makes it look fugly. I was speaking earlier on something that might make Friday look fugly. We will see. I will probably plan on it being ugly, but not short it and counter trade it with small YOLO calls, and then not trade at all and just write it down into close if it's shit on some SPX, and then load the boat. Because at some point, the whole main thing I'm looking at in the stock market is this consolidation, right? And this VIX 1D will spike at some point and go fill this gap here, and I will take calls on that, and I would suspect that this gap fills by next week's Friday. Hopefully that makes sense to you. I will still, my main load down with time in the money is this fucker. Popped down there, bought that dip again. Looking for this to rip into OPEX. Okay, Nvidia has been spicy strong, even though it faded. We'll be looking at that. Hood caught that low right there, and now this chart makes sense. There's the pierce, never pierced it to the upside. Crypto looks good overall. I mean, how can you not after you've been looking so shit for so long, for like $60 straight? Might just be a bounce though. Tesla missed my re-entry, but I'm going to wait for this to come down here. Apple, this paid over 2000%, played that move myself. And as far as SPY, caught this, seeing what it does pre-market. If we don't lose this low pre-market, we should go test there. Okay, so with that said, we're gonna take it day by day now. And since the goal is to get into the 5%, chill on the swings, because you're gonna get geopolitical smokescreen as much as fucking possible, in my opinion. Now it is January, right? So this kind of shows chop, right? You know it does. It's clearly fucking chop. Then we got the elusive Nasdaq that hasn't really been doing that now, has it? But I still think it's gonna look something like this. It is a midterm year, and I will post in the Full Moon Circle my midterm chart over the weekend, so check it out. And we'll have our meeting next week. But yeah, January does not look like the most fantastic on any of these, and I'm kind of looking for this. Out of all of these charts, I'm looking to play kind of this for January. We'll have to see which tracks and which doesn't. They periodically switch them around. A lot of uncertainty. The big positive catalyst for January is the new Fed chair. That can come at any point in time, and it can rip faces, and probably will. Okay, so how do you kind of front run it? You keep your eyes on the fucking NAMO at all times, right? The NAMO will, if the NAMO comes down here and you're patient enough to wait for money, obviously you got to front run it and kind of keep it in mind because you can't see it live. So know that it's low. Okay, if Monday's bullish, we maybe get back to here. That means that there's gonna be a drop very, very soon. An ugly day. Don't get caught up in it, but buy it right now. Looking for it to be Friday. Okay, guys. So I will be in the chat later. Give you my thoughts on what happens with Venezuela going forward, Iran, what other events are coming. Remember, it's a midterm year. They are desperately trying to protect certain things and get people engaged. We're gonna keep doing our thing. God bless. Love you all. And let's see what this does. That looks like it's going to be a daunting catalyst. Okay. And a high.